Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Crypto Novus. I just wanted to do a quick video, about 5 minutes long, to kind of take a look at the series of events that have happened in the last week with Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market. I think as we go through this video, you'll get an understanding as to why I think it's really important not to get overly excited when the price really shoots up for Bitcoin, or in the reverse, not to get really sad or depressed when the price drops. There's a lot of variables to this market that we don't personally control, and there's still a lot of confusion within the market about what's going to happen with digital currencies and the money system and the financial systems. So let's take a look at what happened last week. Of course, everyone knows that the price of Bitcoin dropped because Janet Yellen basically made a statement about the inefficiency of Bitcoin. So I want to take a quick look at the article. So basically, the Treasury Secretary last Monday warned that Bitcoin is extremely inefficient way to conduct monetary transactions. Keep that in mind. So of course, she goes through and she warns about the dangers to both investors and the public. And then the article continues to read in terms of how people have responded to it and some of the other criticisms of Bitcoin. Basically, in addition to consumption concerns, Bitcoin is also considered to be a tool that is involved in a number of illegal activities because its use is difficult to trace. There's volatility, and the cryptocurrency price has seen rapid peaks and valleys during its existence. So here's kind of the catch. It is highly speculative asset, and I think people should be aware it can be extremely volatile, and I do worry about potential losses that investors can suffer, according to Yellen. So we keep reading, and then we find out down here, the Federal Reserve, where Yellen once served as chair, has studied the issue and discussed the possibilities of a new digital currency along with a payment system it expects to roll out over the next several years. Yellen then continues to state, I think it could result in faster, safer, and cheaper payments, which I think are important goals, according to Yellen. So bottom line is the Federal Reserve sees what is happening in the digital currency world and wants to participate and not lose footing in the financial markets. That's what I essentially read. And then it's interesting, this happened on Monday, the 22nd, and then what happened on the 25th was the following. So on the Tuesday, on the 25th, driving the news, on Tuesday, the Federal Reserve Chair, Jerome Powell, told Congress that developing a digital dollar is a, quote, high priority project for us, but added that there are significant technical and policy questions. So on Wednesday, so that was Tuesday, then on Wednesday, researchers released a report titled Preconditions for a General Purpose Central Bank Digital Currency. Now, this central bank digital currency is nothing new. China has already released theirs, and it's in the testing phase, and they're leading the global financial markets with a what's called a CBDC. So, this is really the bigger picture here, and not so much, whether Bitcoin is worth 55,000 or 45,000. There's just a much larger bigger picture here in the financial world that I'm trying to help you begin to see, so that as you are dealing with the fluctuations in the marketplace in crypto, you can adjust your emotions accordingly because you understand intellectually that there's much more going on than what we're seeing. So the bigger picture for Powell's high priority language and the ensuing report reflected a shift in the rhetoric and action from the Fed, which had previously urged caution and patience on the development of a digital dollar. Okay, then he quotes Janet Yellen in terms of it makes sense for central banks to be looking at this issues. And this says, too many Americans don't have access to easy payment systems and banking accounts, and I think this is something that a digital dollar, a central bank, digital dollar currency could help with. Well, they're a little late to the party, to be quite frank, and they're trying to catch up, and hence why I think the criticism of Bitcoin really came out. This article on Axios.com, which I think is a very good one, starts looking between the lines. It says, perhaps more important than a decline in cash usage is the growing popularity of cryptocurrencies and the acceleration of real-world testing by China's central bank of its own digital currency. And then it just kind of lists, the fact that MicroStrategy had bought $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Square had announced that it's going to buy another $170 million of cryptocurrency. And then, of course, it lists China's moving forward with its CBDC, along with other countries who are looking at doing the exact same thing. Now, the news doesn't stop there. So look what happened this week. And this is as of yesterday, 3/1/2020. So in this particular article, Bitcoin poised for massive transformation into the mainstream, Citi says. And this article starts off, Bitcoin could be at the start of a massive transformation into the mainstream on the path to become the currency of choice for international trade, according to leading investment bank Citi, which noted that cryptocurrencies' meteoric rise in value in the recent years and a growing interest from institutional investors has potentially setting the stage for widespread success. So I think that kind of sums it up, and we're beginning to see Bitcoin recover from the comments that Yellen made last week, and we'll take a look at that. But I think this is the bigger picture that I want you to see, is that there really is this fight for financial power within the financial markets. And the decentralized aspect of cryptocurrencies has certainly disrupted the existing central bank systems and the old systems, and it has exposed the inefficiency of those systems, and they are very slow to react, and they are just beginning to become aware of what was started back in 2008 and 2009 with the creation of Bitcoin. So I hope this stuff helps. And lastly, we'll take a quick look at Bitcoin. And of course, we can see here on the 22nd and 23rd, Bitcoin, which was up at 57,000, it came down to 45,000. On February 28th, it actually came down as low as 43, and it shot back up earlier this week, went back up to just under 50,000, and presently it's hovering at 47,000. So again, that kind of wraps it up. This is Crypto Novus, where newbies become masters. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.